ain't tryna let you in and provide for that element. Get inside on some sucker biz, no cap for much straight foolishness. Niggas act like I'm new to this. Cold days, y'all ain't seen half the clouds. Intrusive how I break it down, altercations never stood.
Yeah, so you know, just to make this a long story short, we recorded direct from the Backstreet with TC. Manny the Black booked the session. We recorded direct from the Backstreet and dropped it. Shit blew up out the door, man, immediately. As soon as we pressed the CDs up and got the motherfuckers to the stores, that shit was off and running. Within a couple of months, shit, we had already slung about 10,000 CDs, 15,000 CDs out my motherfucking house. Damn. Within the first couple of weeks, you know what I'm saying?
How many?
At least 15,000.
God damn.
Within the first month, just hand to hand.
Right?
Just like this. It was moving too fast for us. We couldn't even contain that shit. And a lot of motherfuckers, 10, 15,000 CDs, it might not sound like a lot, but that's a lot of fucking CDs. When a box like this only contained 500. So imagine what 10, 15,000 is.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a room full of this.
That's a whole, we had a whole room full of CDs and tapes.
Yeah, well.
It was moving so fast that we couldn't keep up with it. And that's how we had met music people. Intermittent Records was music people first. It was like a distribution company. Music people / Intermittent Records. Music people was the distribution side. So that's what we was dealing with through the distribution. I forgot exactly how we was introduced to music people. They was out of Oakland. I forgot how we got introduced to them, but we got introduced to them. Then City Hall. City Hall is another distribution company back then. And our shit was moving so fucking fast, we couldn't keep it on the shelf. And we eventually signed to the label side of the music people, which is Intermittent Records. And that's when we signed to Intermittent Records. After we signed to Intermittent Records, direct from Backstreet blew up, took off even more, you know what I'm saying? Because now we have unlimited copies, unlimited press, you know what I'm saying? It ain't on us, it ain't up. You know, back then, you press some CDs, you gotta wait a couple weeks for the motherfuckers to come back. Fuck with Intermittent Records, it was immediate turnaround, you know what I'm saying? So that shit took the fuck off. After direct from the Backstreet blew up, we signed to Intermittent Records. TC produced RBL's So Let's To Learn album. And that's when we did G's by the 1, 2, 3s with RBL. That was actually a record that was supposed to be on direct from the Backstreet album. But actually it was going to be on our next album, our Going Insane album. That was the first song that we had recorded. But RBL, Let's To Learn, was about to drop, so we just put it on the RBL album, which I'm glad we did because that shit took the fuck off.
Classic.
Yeah. After they recorded Let's To Learn, TC and my manager Tony Peaks, which we had the same us and RBL had the same manager at the time. Us, RBL, and Dre Dog. Shout out to my nigga Dre Dog, Andre Nicotina. We all had the same manager, Tony Peaks, Tony Jackson. So a lot of the deals that we did was usually deals with all three of us involved. Us, RBL, and Dre Dog involved. You know what I'm saying? And then 11-5 came afterwards, and you know we was doing a lot of shit with them. But TC and Tony Jackson is who walked RBL into Intermittent Records and came out with the Let's To Learn album, and the rest is fucking history after that. We did Going Insane with Intermittent Records, which was our second album. After the success of direct from the Backstreets, we was kind of like in a fucked up situation. We was like, direct from the Backstreets is like a classic. So we was kind of like worried about how was we gonna follow up a classic, you know, like that. And at the same time, the music was changing. Dr. Dre dropped The Chronic in 1992, 1993. So the whole fucking face of music, the whole face of rap was changing. The whole sampling game was kind of like going out the window, and niggas was playing shit over, and the mini Moog and synthesizers and keyboards, shit was coming into play. So after Dr. Dre,
Keep my eye on the opponent. He ain't up on it. Shake cat.